going on my own time for once. Don't have to worry about half the things I have to normally worry about. We're going down Stony Creek Road. I've got less problems, but it's still difficult. So we're just coming over this little bridge here, and we're now going to take this left here. It's really crazy. Oh, what have we got here? The SPEEWAH campground. Caravans aren't recommended. Said something about animals, I didn't catch it. Cruising down this little boulevard. There's no broken dreams on this boulevard though, which is always good. And you know, broken dreams litter most of our roads and byways in life of most people. I'm just talking a little bit of gibber, doing the wind. I'm getting the wind up on this windy road. I'm working on not swearing anymore in any of my videos. I want to completely and utterly take it out of my repertoire. Parking spots here. We're going to cruise down a little bit further. We'll come back and have a look at this Jajina Woo track. It's got a little bit of an information area there that I'll have a look at. We keep winding. I guess I should have parked back there. I'm not sure. We got some people camped up here. It's very interesting. I might just park right here. Why not? Let's bring her into roost. Get out. High tech filming. Somebody's got a tent. A lovely setup just there. This looks interesting. I haven't seen a public campground with this sort of setup before. Nice piece of boiler making. Wonderful. This thing here is on some interesting flexion. Got some amenity blocks just down there. This thing looks so similar to Josephine Falls. Just the way that their amenities and whatnot. Anyway, let's have a look. We got a male and female there, and wheelchair both. Oh, and here we go. It is a campground. There is a shower, somewhere to sit. We'll put things on. Got a towel rack. It's quite good. It's open air, which is good if the other people are eating foods that aren't agreeing with them. Plus some alcohol. Won't go in that one. Oh my goodness, I almost made a social mistake. Standard pump away. Make the toilet work. I get the good microbe. Well, it depends on the health of... Anyway, do not deposit contents off your chemical toilet in there. That would be not the right thing to do. No idea. Got some toilet paper. Put the lid down so animals and whatnot. In using a hybrid toilet system. So that's why it doesn't want all those chemicals. That's not going to be good at all. Yeah, nice and anyway, you know, got some amenities here. Pretty cool. A lot of shady spots. Probably got some electric barbecues. Yeah, there we are. We've got some electric barbecues. Some wonderful grass and hills to sit and have a picnic. Those things are easy to use. It's windy. I'm just going to get back into this car and drive back and have a look at that walking track. Degina Woo track starts here. Don't worry, won't be walking too much of it. So that's the thing with this whole area. It's incredible, massive, forested, super ecosystem. You see a lot of it. This mountainous area is, inaccessible. They did put a road in it. They did do all of this Cairns Range business, Skyrail, railway. I mean, they did do that stuff, but they didn't do it easily. I mean, there's a lot of, these tracks, there's a lot going on. Gina Ludd Garling was going by foot. Alright, well. Oh, it's a wonderful bird. Alright, mate. I haven't got time to read that at the moment because I'm going by foot over here. Yeah, see, I reckon there'll be cassowaries here because that's all their fruit. They'll like these. I think these are quandongs. I wonder if they're edible. I don't think they are. Ronnie and Pam Elgar. Oh. They gave almost 11 hectares. Hectares. It's a bit like at the Boulders. A wonderful act of generosity by the I think Italians. I mean, we're not in our wet. We're in the end of the dry season. All this will fire up when the rains start. Got a lot of wait a while. It's pretty thick. And it's inside there. I mean, I thought I'd seen somewhere that it's this. See, it's that bright blue's like a cassowary blue. That's somehow they eat so many of these things, they're able to utilise it. Look at this. Feat of carpentry. Quite interesting just for the that fact alone. I often wonder how you get people safely up on the side of these hills. How would you do it? Well, here's one way to do it. You build like that, like this. These days, I mean, building materials have just gone up. I keep hearing a Victoria rifle bed. That's what I'll try and see if I can find one of these stinging trees. You get a little bit close to those things, they'll friggin' move. They'll certainly move their bristles, their little glass sort of little sharpened straws. I mean, you get all of those things in it, and it sort of exposes all your air to your nerves because they're hollow. You got to get some really strong tape or even waxing, and you put it on it and then rip it off. So really, really good tape is the best in some regards. In any case, I know someone that, you know, it's a nice big soft leaf, and he wiped his bum, and I was like, man, that's hilarious, because I'd heard about it, but I'd never met someone that had done it. It's just wait a while. Like I say many times, it's not actually that. See, that's not the problem. That big, they'll eventually turn into a cane, a smooth cane like that. But it's, let's see if it's these things. See this fine tendril? These things. And you can get like a lot of them at once. You got to back them up. Some situations it can be hard, but they do try to keep these things clear. But it saves you as to walk through there. It gets pretty wild. See, there's things that looks like someone's comes through here and does maintenance. Some of these things are quite serrated as well. People, this is a public path, so even though it's not exactly wheelchair friendly, it's quite challenging, because these big trees like to throw out their roots. I think pigs, I don't know, I'm just a botany enthusiast and not an expert. Look at this interesting, became the vine, is getting bigger and bigger. It is a big anaconda vine now. It's becoming a tree. Sometimes I think these white figs are just one of the most dominant species. So here, see, this is the path, and they need to address this area. I don't think it will come up on film, but this one here is luckily caught on something, and it's been placed there. But if you're a big guy, so if you're like, that's my head against it, it's about there. Oh, so you had a big tall guy, it's coming in more, and if he had a big afro, just some big guy gets ripped off his feet. Anyway, losing temper with a plant won't help, but I mean, these, because of wait a while alone, as well as the just sheer growth, means that like you're not getting too far unless you've got your battle ready, and you've got a cane knife at least to start just traversing through these sort of areas. I was on the side of the Cairns Range, and that's all walkable. That stuff's open. That's a cane, a feeder that will go up. See, it comes, originally did have all that fur on it, which is now ending that phase. That's be gone. It'll be smooth. It'll become smooth like this green end of it. It's come from having, well, it's not hard to find some. It's come from being furry originally. Not like that. That's a different species. Let's go into this here. I think this one here is a better example of the two canes alongside each other. Anyway, wait a while. Trip over that one. I mean, they're pretty easy to get rid of. You just chop them at the base. Chop all those canes. But basically they have been doing maintenance here. It's just it's pretty hard to get all this stuff. It'd be those wispy things. Yeah, they sort of just go straight up as far as they can go, and they're going to topple into and fall into whatever they're trying to get to. That's wonder what that is. Wonder what that's the scat of. We got another little bit of boardwalk coming up. This thing's fallen out of a tree. I couldn't imagine they fall out very often. Normally when the tree comes down. The wait a while, just taking a ride, getting up to the top and thick. It's kind of like a different type. They do have some of those tendrils in that too. Everything's a bit dry. It looks like maybe the pigs have been in there. Yes, definitely not a wheelchair friendly path. If you've got the ability to traverse these sort of places, hey mate, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Keeps having all these interesting structures to walk over. We are now spanning a small bridge. It is the dry season. What do you do? This place would be fascinating in the wet. What a wet season we had last time. Oh my goodness, bet you there'll be a turtle in there. Yeah, it was a crazy wet season. Of course, Jasper being a pretty ordinary cyclone, but as a rain depression, sat on Cairns for a week of torrential blasting. The flooding, just unbelievable. I mean, if you look at Cairns Bridge, how far it is from the water, and that flooding brought it to within 3 meters, 2-3 meters or something. It's just unbelievable. That's a big tree. My goodness. It's pretty nice here. I mean, SPEEWAH's where they'd bring that tunnel up from Cairns through Stony Creek. That's what I heard, but it's this part of SPEEWAH where I am is right up against the Lamb Range. I guess it's that part of the range. I'm going to turn around. I think you get the idea. Interesting. It's like this recycled plastic or whatever it is. That's plastic, and these grid meshes, all these plastic or fiberglassy sort of things. Interesting design. These I-beams. Two of them. There's some wonderful mushrooms. But yeah, look, interesting, isn't it? Interesting design. It's pretty basic, isn't it? And just that one stand for this amount of span. One stand. I don't know what that's called. One of those supporting structures. Like I say, there's no water. It's not looking all the most impressive. Big march fly buzzing around my head. Big, slow, stupid things, but if you don't get them, they do have a little bit of a pain when they bite you. They are pretty slow and easy to slap. That one gave up on me. I said to her, so mate, it's not going to work. I'm onto you. Land on me, I'll slap you. Obviously I understood not only English, but the way that I talk is atrocious. At times I can enunciate okay. I liked with my ode to Cairns tourism video. It's fascinating. I mean, don't know, you know, scat. I think it was like one of these movies. See, this thing here is this a cassowary, I think? You know, I'm just like, it's got all that sort of stuff that you'd expect from a cassowary. It's just been eating these fruits with those seeds. It's quite a moist scat. I think it's fresh. Rish. Oh, I should contain this scat. I mean, I didn't put it here. It's not my fault, but not spread it out. You know, the male actually brings up the young. And often they're not too bad of the cassowaries. I've been really quite close to a lot of cassowaries at different places, and they're not normally too bad. Don't quote me on that one because they got dinosaur feet. Can jump and rip your guts open. Male or females. But the females have been dicier. I mean, they're not looking after the young. They're just cruising through. The ones I saw were bigger than the male, so they'd beat up the male. In the examples that I've seen, I was up close to Elvis, the famous cassowary from around the base of the Coranda Range, around Black Mountain Road, a sort of area. I mean, it's got range on either side of the highway, so it throws it into the possibility of cars, and it's lost infamously, horribly. A few years ago, he lost two, I think, by that house. That poor lady, she seemed nice. I talked to her. She gets a lot of blame, like they're crossing because of her, because she's feeding them. No, she's not. I mean, she's got some trees with fruit on them, but there'll be more trees down that side, and I don't know if it's known the movements of the female, because he has to keep in contact with her. He has been constantly breeding. Elvis, he's good at breeding, and he's reasonably car smart, but why I got out and just kept an eye on the cars, because it was chaos. It was the young one was darting around crazy, the young one, and Elvis was trying to keep the young one going. It was crossed towards that house, and it was at that house, and it wanted to keep going, but the young one was just spooked by just the amount of traffic, because all these stop goes, you know, you bunched up cars, stressed people too. This stop go, they create stress. They got to fix that thing, fix the range. But anyway, I've whinged about that enough. One more time. Fix the range. If there's any chance of being able to speed up your schedules and get that thing repaired, it'd be lovely. An interesting fruit. With a progression of ants. And down we go. That side definitely was dangerous. This side, oh nah, that's only like 1.5 meters. Oh, that side though, terrible. I guess they'll get it back, but it's cool. Even the handrail's cool. Look at it. Looks like Charlie Brown's shirt. I find it fascinating that Charlie Brown was actually really, that's the same one, psychological. I mean, not bad psychology or, you know, playing head games, but I mean, psychologists love to look at some of the meanings in it. That friggin' Lucy, when she kept on lining up that ball, and Linus or whatever go and kick it, or Charlie Brown would try to kick it and she'll pull it out, and just kept doing it throughout the whole course of that whole series. This is going to look a lot better when the rains start. Just seeing if I can see something like an eel or a turtle. See something moving. Only thing moving is my friggin' mouth talking and that water. I gained my first subscribers last night. I haven't been gaining any. I've been losing just 1 or 2 for like a month. I've just given up on it a bit. I'm just like, whatever. I'll just keep working on my nothing here. Families are having fun over there, running amok. And the little fella having a ball. Just had to slap one of those flies. That Barron Gorge hydro power station's interesting. It was like, we were just here. I think it's Red Bluff. I want to look into it. Back over this little bridge and we're out of here. Woohoo! Woohoo! That's where we were.